the agenda, which we put together into a Notion page. I'm going to send you the link in this chat. If my computer decides to cooperate. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Okay. So I'm dropping in here the link to the Notion page that I'm going to start presenting now. If you want to just see it on your own screen, whatever's best for you. Here it is. Great. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
You can see it? Okay. Now I'm just going to adjust it so I can see this chat and the screen at the same time. Great. So welcome everyone to the September beginning of the month community call. We have a lot of exciting updates, but I also want to just, this is a great time for all of us to get together and talk about what's the latest with GoodDollar and what can we do for the next month and future months. So before I jump into just a little background of what we're going to discuss today, we'll share the latest data. We'll share the latest community events that we had this month. We have an exciting GR15 live on behalf of one of our ambassadors in South Africa. We're also going to do a quick demo of the new Wallet Connect feature integration. Some updates about ambassadors, updates about the DAO, a few roles that we are going to start recruiting for and looking for volunteers for. And this again is just a friendly reminder that we always want to hear your story. A big part of the community monthly update is just sharing other ambassador stories. So we hope to add yours to the mix as well. So before I even get into what happened with GoodDollar this month, I really want to take some time and say thank you to all the really dedicated and hardworking community moderators, ambassadors, community members, everywhere around the world that have really stepped in and helped to grow the community, answer questions, help each other out. We really are building this plane while we fly it at the same time. And so to be part of a community that is so collaborative it's really a healthy sign of what that means for, GoodDollar as it grows into the DAO and becomes more decentralized in terms of a lot of different roles and responsibilities. So again, thank you so much. A few of you are on the call. Steve, ambassador and moderator, Progress and Paige. We have Ewoso from the GoodDollar Nigeria team. Khalil, who has been translating so much material into Arabic for the Arabic community. Thank you for all that you do. And Black Gin Crypto also for sharing GoodDollar within some of the other GoodDollar crypto UBI communities like Edena and trying to get the word out there. And I think this is Lewis. Thank you everyone. And I guess let's start with some updates. So here's some exciting numbers to look at. Overall, I think what pops out most is that we had a 40% increase in new claimers and a 20% increase in signups over the last month. The price is still relatively the same. We have distributed about $33,000 worth of good dollars last month, and this is all the information is available on the dashboard. If you have any questions, let us know. We will be working on an updated version of the dashboard, meaning we are going to publish a page similar to this that has explanations of what the data in the dashboard really means to make it a bit clearer and a little more interactive as well. Great. So last month was a really exciting month because we launched the Good Talks series, which is a learning series with different Web3 builders and founders focused on impact and focused on helping the Good Dollar community understand better important, topics like circular economies, DeFi, financial inclusion, how to contribute to a DAO, how to make impact with crypto. And all these sessions are live and then recorded. So I have the first recording here, which I hope you all get a chance to listen to if you're able to. This is Tomer Bariach, is the original, the OG, Good Dollar OG that wrote the protocol, wrote the tokenomics for the Good Dollar protocol. He is with us as an advisor and offers us his time in the form of office hours. And if for those of you who haven't had the chance to meet Tomer yet, he's an incredibly smart mentor and community member. He is always willing to help entrepreneurs understand how to build a circular economy and how to get started with Good Dollar. He's actually mentoring Ewuoso in Nigeria with a pilot that's like going to be our first pilot for micro entrepreneurs.
Jess, we're not seeing where you're following on the update. We just see the Good Dollar Nigeria meetup from your screen. So if you're, so I don't think anyone sees the link.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I'm sharing the wrong.
Yeah, you're not sharing the updated link that you sent.
Oh, my bad. Here it is. Can you see that now?
Yeah, there we go. There are their beautiful faces.
Okay, here we are. Thank you. The recording is up for Tomer's talk. Check it out. The second talk we had was with Chris from Fondbank, who talked to us a little bit about what his Web3 project is doing in terms of onboarding new users to DeFi and enabling local market makers to use DeFi with mobile minutes. So similar to what we've seen a lot of Good Dollar community members doing, this is now the start of another really exciting pilot project where we'll have, I think it's about 10 or 15 ambassadors, correct me if I'm wrong, just Good Dollar community members being part of Fondbank's pilot. So if you're interested, definitely connect with anyone from Ewuoso, Steve, Paige, Progress, anyone from the Good Dollar Nigeria or Good Dollar Ghana teams, because they're most involved in that. This is just a very exciting moment for Good Dollar in general, and I had to include it in the monthly update. Yoni Asia, who is the founder of GoodDollar and the founder and CEO of eToro, had a very special podcast with the World Economic Forum in their Money Talk series. It's definitely worth listening to. It's a really, even if you've been a long time, GoodDollar claimer, or if you're new to the community, he really does do an excellent job of sharing the story and the mission and the vision. So check that out. There's a link here to the podcast. Anna, do you want to introduce the Gitcoin GR15 update?
Sure, I can do it.
Okay.
For those of you guys who, first of all, let's explain what Gitcoin is, because we have a really cool crowdfunding opportunity to support, a fellow community member that is actually trying to organize a large-scale UBI pilot in South Africa, but one that runs on the GoodDollar token and the GoodDollar currency. So first and foremost, I'll explain what Gitcoin is, and then I'll explain Kieran's project, and then I'll explain how you can be a part of it. So Gitcoin is a long-time crowdfunding platform that's designed to help crypto projects and entrepreneurs raise funds for open source projects. The way it works is that they help match individual donations with corporate donations according to quadratic funding. Okay, so what that means is that for every individual donor, there is a pot of company or corporate sponsored money that is distributed based off of which projects get how many different donations from how many different people. Okay, so it's a way of making sure that popular projects actually receive enough funding, and it's not just not just people who can donate thousands of dollars at a time. Okay, what it means is that when you donate on Gitcoin, even small donations can have a big impact, right? So even if you can only donate $1 or $2, those $1 or $2 potentially could result in $10 of matching corporate funding because of the way the quadratic funding works. So that's a little bit about Gitcoin. Now, rightful share, now we'll talk about how it relates to GoodDollar. So rightful share is a universal basic income advocacy organization that's based out of South Africa. It's run by a longtime friend of the project, Karen Eustang. And Karen is actually fundraising right now to run a large-scale UBI pilot in rural South Africa that runs on GoodDollar. Okay, so essentially what she's doing is she's raising funds to actually fund a significant amount of GoodDollar UBI for people that participate in this pilot. Okay. The goal is that she wants to basically distribute approximately $80 a month to each participant, and she hopes for at least a year. Okay, and the plan is actually to hopefully raise enough funding for 50 to 100 participants. Okay, and so what Karen is raising money for on Gitcoin is she's actually raising money to buy the GoodDollars to be distributed as UBI in this South Africa pilot. Okay, so what the idea is that because there's no pre-minting of GoodDollars, in order for Karen to do this, she needs to actually have the money up front of GoodDollars to purchase and distribute in order to give $80 per person for a year's time, right? And so what we're trying to do is help her raise the money to actually buy the good dollars to distribute and run this project. And any donation that you make on Gitcoin potentially has the potential to have multiple impacts, right? So like I said, you could donate $2, but in the end, it might result in being a $10 donation that Karen gets because of the corporate matching. And then Karen's going to use those funds to actually buy good dollars to distribute as UBI as part of her pilot. So this is so the reason why I think this is cool is because one, it's the first time that we're seeing someone using the good dollar UBI infrastructure to actually run an additional UBI experiment, which is very exciting. And two, it's the way Karen is doing it really increases the value of good dollar for everyone in the ecosystem if you're going to support her. And third of all, Karen's a great advocate and she's a great activist. For those of you who haven't met Karen, she's a former member of the South African Parliament, and she has long been an advocate for social justice and financial justice in South Africa. And so part of her pilot is actually doing a lot of education and awareness in media and press to raise awareness for UBI in South Africa, and as part of that, will raise awareness for good dollar as well. So I think this is a really, I'm really excited about this project. I think that it could be a really, really interesting deployment of good dollar in the world, and a really interesting example of how you can use the good dollar infrastructure to run specific UBI campaigns for specific geographies or populations, which we know there's a lot of people that are interested in. And so we'd like to help her raise money to make it successful. So if you have any funds to give, like I said, even $1 or $2 or $10 or $20, it can make a real impact because of the quadratic funding. And you can donate a few different ways on Gitcoin, both on mainnet, and they also have a few other, they have a solution for Polygon and ZK Sync. It can be a little difficult to get signed up and it's going to be a little frustrating to sign up and donate, but it's worth it. So if you are interested in supporting crypto UBI in South Africa and have anything to give, please donate. And if you can't donate, please share. Please share Karen's story and explain and try to explain why it's interesting and important. So that's my update on GR15 and Karen's grant, and thanks for letting us showcase it here. Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Yes, everyone, it's quadratic funding, so participation matters even more than the amount donated. So participate if you can. Next, I wanted to share an update on the ambassadors. Actually, I wanted to share Steve and Progress's updates on the ambassadors. There were 2 big events last month, which is really exciting because this is just the beginning of all that the Good Dollar Nigeria team is working on. So we have a lot more Twitter spaces and local events coming up, but I share this because it's a great example of what you can do with your community when education is free, right? Like the purpose of these events are to onboard and educate more people about Good Dollar. And there are really powerful ways of building a strong community around this. So if you have any questions about how to host an event or how to get involved with these kind of events, I'm happy to chat. Rewards. Okay, so this is a big topic this month because the payments were late, as many of you know. We distributed the payments for August, and we are currently in the process of upgrading the program and the rewards system so that we are really inclusive of the community members that go the extra mile for GoodDollar and really go above and beyond and dedicate the time and their community resources to growing this economy. So as we'll be working on this with the community moderators and the team, and we will share with you like our vision for what that will look like. But in the meantime, this shouldn't deter anybody from, contributing. Everyone is an ambassador. Everyone is a community builder. So just a little bit of patience, and we will have some updates on the new program and how to onboard new ambassadors as well. If you're not speaking, I'm going to ask if you can mute yourself. So this is the ambassador page that's still in progress. Please send me your photo and your name and info if you want to be included on this page. It's open to everyone. It's a great way to showcase all of you and the work that you do. So please you can send your information and a photo or NFT to this email, ambassadors@gooddollar.org. Pat or Mary, do you want to share this update on Wallet Connect? Or Anna?
I can do it, or like Pat can do it.
Pat, why don't you do it? Or Mary, one or the other, I don't
know. Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. My AirPods are dying on me. I want to talk to you today about Wallet Connect. As you know, when you use the GoodDollar wallet, you are stuck confused, right? You're stuck on the wallet, and there was until now not a way for anyone to interact. Sorry, I'm going to mute some people here because everyone keeps hearing you guys. I'm sorry. If you need to talk, please let us know in the chat and I'll unmute everyone. Okay, so continuing. So with Wallet Connect, you can now connect your GoodDollar wallet to GoodSwap, to Snapshot, and Voltage Finance, and any other debt. So the way that it works is that you see in this link that Jess sent, there is a video that you can watch later. I am not sure if I can share my screen, but Jess, can you control that video? To like pause it if I just like move it a little bit back.
Where do you want me to pause it?
Let's go to when the very beginning, so I can talk through it. Yeah.
Can you explain what this what this enables people to do?
Yes, I can repeat. Yeah. So this allows you to connect to GoodSwap, to Snapshot, to Voltage Finance and other dApps without having to export your wallet to MetaMask. You can. So just can you press play now in the video? So you can see that in this video, someone is on GoodSwap. They click on Connect Wallet, and they will select Wallet Connect. And this video was actually made by Mary, so you can hear her explaining each step of the process. You can see that she switched it to QR code, and she's going to copy to clipboard the address. And then the next step is going to your GoodDollar wallet, opening the menu at the top right corner, and you see the option Wallet Connect there. You can see Mary's tapping Wallet Connect is that's the first one. You have to allow access to your camera in case you want to scan the QR code, but in this case, we're just going to paste. You can see that she's going to paste the Wallet Connect address and click Connect, tap Connect. Then there is a screen where you can confirm to which platform you're trying to connect, and you'll be connected. You can see that she returned to GoodSwap, and now she can stake her GoodDollars or swap on voltage finance through GoodSwap. And with this feature, you'll also be able to connect to Snapshot and vote and do interactive voltage finance. And that's it. Pretty exciting feature, especially for those who struggle to export their wallets because it's really complicated. You have to configure your chain, etc. The only thing to keep in mind is that since now you're connected to an app, you have to, at some point, return to your wallet to sign transactions. So in this video, you can see that Mary is going to perform a stake of GoodDollars, and after she defines how much she wants to stake, you see that GoodSwap is going to tell her that she needs to confirm in her wallet. So after deposit, she'll return to the wallet to sign the transaction. So the reason why the video is low is because she's explaining everything that you need to know in this video that you can watch later. There you go. She's returning to the wallet, going to the Wallet Connect screen to sign the transaction. So she just did the staking for GoodDollars. Yeah, and that's it. So Jess, anything else you want to know about this?
I think we should save questions to the end. I'm going to save questions until the end. But thank you for the explanation. And thank you for the video, Mary. Super helpful. Mary, do you want to share your DAO updates and how to contribute?
Sure. One thing that Pat missed to say is once you connect to like GoodSwap, you can see your good balance. And maybe a lot of people is wondering what good is and what's the difference about good and like GoodDollar. That's why we created like the basic guide. It's like down there. Yeah. Yeah, great that you added. So good is our governance token, and we came out with these materials to explain really carefully what is the good DAO, what it's even like a DAO, and how can you participate in the good DAO. So you have the link there. And right now in the good DAO, there's like a new proposal from re-electing the community moderators. Oh, like Jess is showing you like the guide.
If it loads.
Yeah, no problem. And I know for like a lot of you guys, like English is not your first language. So we are making sure that we're gonna translate this material to like different languages. Andres from the Spanish community has already started to translate in Spanish. And if any of you is interested to translate in their own language, please contact me and Jess about it, and we'll be happy to help you out with it. I don't know why this, oh, great.
Yeah. Thank you. Mary brings up a really good point, is we really do want to be translating this content into as many languages as possible, because the GoodDollar community represents almost all the languages in the world, I'm pretty sure. So we really do count on the community to help us with that, and we will be setting up a process so it's much easier. But if you're interested in translations, please do get in touch, and we will share with you all the links that need translating.
Yeah.
Speaking of sharing, yeah.
Oh, there was one more thing about governance. We couldn't see the guides, but I encourage like everyone to click on the link, and then right now the community moderators just made like a new proposal, and Steve is actually here with us, and I think like he wanted to share what the community moderators are doing and why this proposal is important. So Steve, if you want to unmute yourself and...
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Hey, Steve.
Okay. So, yeah, thanks everyone for coming around. We just concluded the second quarter for community moderation, which we elected via the DAO. So, we just launched a new proposal today. So, I've also attached the GoodDollar guidelines alongside. So, for those who does not know how to go about it, they can learn about it. So, let me see if I can share just a brief slide, just one on what we did last month, and just give a very short overview. So, just hope this works this time around. Okay.
Should I stop sharing my screen?
Maybe, yeah, sure. Trying to... The slide was up already before. I don't know why. It's... Okay. All right. So let me share my screen now. Live. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Can you see my...
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, so far, this is what we did for the second quarter, and just wanted to show the growth rates on what we did. So we got elected June 13th, and we started officially second quarter June 26th. So, so far, the growth rate on Discord was 1% for last quarter, and the GoodDollar Telegram channel was 24%. Then the GoodDollar Facebook page was 0%. Then the Reddit was also 0% because just like two, three people that were added to it. The Twitter, yeah, it was 3%. LinkedIn 3%, and GoodDollar Marketplace 3%. So these were just the little breakdown. On the other end, we did a lot of community engagement, hosting AMAs to get reactions from the community, because it's very important to know the community you are taking care of, and there are lots of response both from main channels, the other language communities as well. Then, lastly, we decided to upgrade the bot. So maybe as from next a few weeks from now, you will see some different changes from the bot with the moderators I'll be using. So to be very much easier for you, if you want to go to your GoodDollar wallet, you can just click on that bot and it will take you to the wallet or website, show you the exact links. And I just want to use this to advise those who are always clicking on spam spam links and impersonators impersonating the admins in the group. Always notice in every crypto project, admins will never DM you first. Because I've seen a lot of complaints. We saying we message them, but we are not the ones messaging. Actually, those are Telegram spammers and scammers who have the motive to steal your funds and hack your wallet. So for that, those were some of the things we did. Created content, etc. There in the marketplace, so far there have been a lot of improvement from what the community suggested, and we now have a new marketplace. In the next 2 weeks, we are going to have a live chat to demonstrate it. So though already have a guide already, I can't share that now. I'm still working on it, on how to use the marketplace. So far, I've done some purchases of artwork from the marketplace, and it's much better than the previous one, and the product team is still working on it. So those are just the few updates from us. So if the community wants us to get back as moderator, we just launched a proposal. Let's have your reactions. If you're not satisfied with our work so far, you can also put your comments down the discourse proposal. Then after 1 week, we will launch it on Snapshot for the community to vote on it. So if you don't have good tokens, it's advisable to stake your GX to earn good tokens. So those are the things from my end. Thank you.
Thank you,
Steve, and thank you for that report. Really appreciate it.
Right.
So we also are going to be encouraging other more community members to share their story. Steve, who just spoke, has been doing a really good job of this. You should check him out on Twitter. He posts a lot, and a lot of recently some Medium articles. And the reason why this is so important and so valuable, because your story is what inspires and teaches others to use GoodDollar. So
just to add this to it. I know most people have always asked, why is Steve always doing maybe probably giveaway. Actually, those giveaways I don't actually come from the team. Those are why my funds get to me monthly. I set part of it to the community to either get some micro entrepreneurs who wants to accept GX, or kind of just like what I did last month, sponsoring a scholarship that was backed up by our co-founder Anna Stone. So never have the mindset that those things I do on my Twitter page are done by the core team. Those are just my kind of appreciation to GoodDollar community for how I came into the community. So thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for always sharing those updates and those stories, because it really helps us all learn together, build together this entire economy. So we count on you for these stories, because we also want to help you publish. We could publish these stories on our own, but we don't want to. We want them to come from the creators and builders themselves. I think this is really your work that you should own and be proud to share with everyone. So if you want help writing a blog or getting started on Medium, or want to write something but you're not sure exactly what, I'm happy to discuss ideas and give you some tips. But I think writing is also a very powerful tool for learning. And the more that you write, the more you're actually absorbing what you're learning. So that's just a user tip for me.
Can you mute whoever is causing the feedback? There's a few, maybe can you mute? If possible?
You want me to, I just unmuted.
You have control.
He's actually muted.
Oh, I muted him, and then
there's no one. Everybody's muted.
Yeah. Are you still hearing it, Anna?
Yeah.
You are?
Other people are too. Just following along on the chat.
If you have any issue with the sound, please call and returning and see if that fixes.
Okay, because there are a few of us see everyone muted. But we'll try that.
You can also try muting yourself, maybe, on wherever you think the noise is coming from. That might work. Otherwise, what Pat just suggested, jump off and jump back in. Okay, so yes, please share your stories, share your photos and videos. There are a lot of ambassadors doing this already that are great examples, like Christiane, the community moderator and ambassador in Brazil. We have lots and lots of ambassadors that are posting and sharing great content. So please share with us your lessons. We want to learn from you too. And these are a few open roles that we really need support with, and are looking for community members that want to get more involved. Eventually, these will turn into paid opportunities once the ambassador program is published with the upgrades that we were talking about in terms of payments, but we don't want that to hold us back from starting with what we really need help with, which is helping us, manage our YouTube channel and uploading all the recordings of these calls that we have. We have a lot of different community calls. We need help with our Notion. A couple people have stepped up, so we're excited to make some upgrades to our Notion with other community experts. Medium content ambassador. This is to help us manage all the incoming community content that we are encouraging people to write. And an ambassador project manager is a very critical role to help with payments, to troubleshoot any questions that ambassadors have, help create onboarding guides. These are just some examples. And this is just always an open call for NFT artists and POAP creators. This is not just a single role. This is for anybody interested in creating any sort of GoodDollar art or art for GoodDollar. POAPs as well, if someone wants to help us create POAPs ahead of some of the Twitter spaces and community calls that we have, I think that would be a great plus. And we will share more information with all the specific scope and the details of all the roles as we develop them on its own page in the community site, which is also linked here. So stay tuned for that. Really quickly, and then I'll open the floor for questions. We have a couple of exciting events coming up. We have office hours with Tomer on Tuesday. We also have a special, this should be called Good Talk. The next Good Talk will be with Deepa, who is leading the Impact DAO research study. And she's giving examples of real world crypto use cases and microfinance initiatives around the world. And on Thursday, we'll be having a really special Twitter space with me and Anna. It was our birthday yesterday. We did not properly celebrate it, and we really want to. So we'll be celebrating for the next few weeks as we publish some exciting content and take a look back on what these past 2 years since our token launch looks like in terms of data and usage and utility. So we'll share more about that on our Twitter space and really hope you can join. We have our first community event in Spanish on the September 30th. It will be not the first community event, the first GoodDollar hosted Twitter space in Spanish with Juliette from Surge. She is a developer advocate, and she's also an advocate for women in Web3. So that'll be a great talk. I'm really looking forward to that one. And then in October, Impact Market, which is another crypto UBI project, has asked GoodDollar to be the partner in the Blockchain for Social Impact and Social Good Summit that they are hosting in Abuja, Nigeria. We will have some speakers. We will have lots of people attending. It's an open event, so if you want to share this with your contacts, or if you know people in Abuja that would be interested in attending, please definitely share this event and we'll send the link soon. And I think that's about it. Now I want to open the floor for questions. I know we covered a lot. So feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything that you want to know more about.
Who is going first?
Yeah.
If you have any question, please. Yeah.
You can
If you
share
have
your
any
comment.
question, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to also introduce yourself if you're new to GoodDollar and want to say hi. We love meeting new members. And if there really are no questions, I'm a bit shocked because there usually are. I guess a lot of them have been answered in the chat.
Are you doing hi?
Yeah.
Hi, Progress. How are you?
Hi, Jeff. Fine, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jeff, for the update. So much going on and it's really exciting. Okay, I think like 3 days ago, I posted something on the ambassador's page, so I just want to raise it up again. Right now, I know one of the focus of GoodDollar is to get businesses to accept GoodDollar as means of payment, endorsements, and all. So I've tried some transactions with myself, and it's usually quite difficult trying to convert GoodDollar to USD. Most of these goods are sold in USD. In order to convert, you have to use an external calculator. You have to go to check the current price of GoodDollar and make those changes. Then you go back to the app to impute the payment and send to the address. So I wanted to suggest, is there no way of making it so that the dollar equivalent of the GoodDollar will show when you're trying to send a payment, probably for a good purchase or for a service? Just impute the GoodDollar value or the USD value or USDT value, however it will be pegged, so that you don't get to go out of the app to do the calculations. You can just do a seamless payment. I don't know if that can be looked into. So that's more like a suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a really good suggestion. Pat, do you know more about if that's possible or not? Pat is the wallet lead.
Hey, that is a great idea. I love it. And I can see how this would be useful. Yes, it's definitely possible. I don't know exactly when we could implement that, but I'll talk to the dev team, and maybe there's someone that could pick this up as a how do you say it, a volunteer work. If someone is a developer and is listening to us now and wants to build that as a volunteer gig, that would be great. Yeah, let me get back and see how long that would take and see how that would look like, and I'll get back to you guys when I hear some more from the tech team.
Thanks, Pat. Hi, Paige. How are you? Good, thank you. Yeah, good questions. Anna, do you want to, Mary, do you want to take the second question first?
I actually didn't hear like any questions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Paige's question was about the community moderation proposal. And if the, like how the moderators are selected through this proposal. Is it the same ones that will be, what's the process?
Oh, so about the community moderators, we did the process at the beginning of February, and that's when the community decided to pick 3 of these community moderators. Then on the last election in June, we added like a new one. So we do give like new opportunities for people to join. At this moment, we don't need like new community moderators. So this proposal is about like the team that we have, if they should continue or not. I hope that explains the question. And you can add like your comments about their work in the chat. And if everything goes with the plan, we will launch in the voting like next week on Snapchat. And we're gonna make sure this time that we explain how people can vote on Snapchat, so it's easy to do it.
Yeah. And here, sorry, go ahead, Anna.
Yeah, and just to answer your first question, I did give a pretty thorough explanation that you can watch in the recording, but basically the long and the short of it is that Karen is running a South African pilot based on GoodDollar, and she's fundraising on Gitcoin to help raise the money for it. Gitcoin is interesting because it works according to quadratic funding, where the number of people that donate is more important than the amount that each person donates. So, for example, you can donate $2, but then she ends up getting $10 for a $2 donation if enough people donate $2. So it's it basically you have to have money on chain, you have to have money in your Ethereum account. There are a few other solutions, It's if you have any amount of money that you have able to pledge and support, even $1 or $10, whatever it might be, it can result in a big impact. So if you've never donated on Gitcoin, I recommend checking it out just because it's an interesting platform and good to learn.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Paige. And thanks, Mary. And thanks, everyone. Are there any other questions? I did just want to say one last note, which is we are hoping to create more jobs out of the DAO soon. It's a process as we have to, shift some things around and make it very clear what we're trying to actually accomplish with these jobs from the DAO. So you stay tuned for those announcements, because there will definitely be more opportunities, more paid opportunities within the community. But there's also just opportunities in general, and we're always curious and interested to know how else besides GoodDollar rewards can the GoodDollar community and team give or share more value with all of you. Part of that is the mentoring and the learning sessions we're hoping to continue hosting, and a lot more. So your feedback and ideas and suggestions are always welcome. It was actually an ambassador idea to start the Good Talks. So keep the great ideas coming.
Thank you, Jess, for a great community call.
Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
And I really, really, really recommend anyone, if you haven't watched Tomer's talk yet, it's a must watch. It's really a must watch. I can't recommend it enough. Everyone will learn something from it. So I really, really recommend it, and we want your feedback on more events like that, as Jess said. Thank you so much, Jess, for a great call, and thank you all for coming and all you do for the community.
Yeah. Thank you, Anna, and thank you all. This has been a great chat. Great to connect with you, and we're around. We look forward to the next calls, and we will share all of this in the community channels. So don't worry if you missed anything. We'll catch you up.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, Jess. I'm in your DM on Discord. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.